Welcome back to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, and yes, I am the Lone Ranger. And I'm here to make sure that you've always got the right information when it comes to buying, selling a home. I'm not a real estate agent. I've never been licensed as a real estate agent. I'm not a financial planner or a financial analyst or a I don't do financial planning, and I'm not licensed to do it. However, I do a lot of work helping my borrowers understand how they can retire with not only wealth, but generational wealth. And you know something, you guys, you don't have to make the most money to retire with the most money. And if you're not serious about your retirement now, when are you going to get serious about it? I'm telling you, if you start in your 20s, you don't have to do anything different. You can party your butt off. You can go do the things you want, but be a hard worker. And I always was like that. I partied hard, but I worked harder. And I was always, I always enjoyed working. And, but boy, I like to cut loose and have fun as well. But here's how you do it. If you're starting in your 20s, you want to start buying homes in your 20s. And if you can commit to buying a new home every 3 years, you will retire so rich you won't even be able to ever spend the money. It's just that simple. And there's a way to do it. And I teach young people how to do this through my Leapfrog program. You see, I didn't have the money to put down 20% to buy investment properties. So I figured out a way where I could put down minimum amount and live in it, and then rent it after I lived in it for a year. But it took me usually 2 to 3 years to save up enough down payment for my next house. But I would always buy primary residences. Then I figured out, how could I accelerate the payoffs of these properties? So I figured out a way to totally accelerate the payoffs of all my mortgages. So then by the time you retire, you need at least 5 properties producing you rental income, but you need to make sure that when you retire, they're all debt free, so that it's just pure profit other than the taxes and insurance and maybe HOA. And then I teach people what type of properties to buy and which ones to stay away from. Believe me, I've made mistakes and I'm happy to share them with you. If you'd like some help with that, all you have to do is give me a call at 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009, my Tampa boners over there. Or you can go online and go to webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com and apply for a mortgage. I'll do a soft pull, no hard pull. We'll get you all set up. You'll know what you need to do, and you can be off and running and into your generational wealth. It's not that complicated. You hear me say I'm a 10th grade dropout, and I mean I'm a 10th grade dropout. I dropped out of the 10th grade, so that officially means that I have a 9th grade education. I hope that I'm not boring you with my lack of intellect. However, I do have a PhD, public high school diploma. Well, not quite a PhD. I have a PhDE, which is a public high school diploma equivalency. So that's my PhD, and I'm proud of it. I never told my kids that until they graduated from high school. They thought Dad was a college graduate. I hid it from them. I know it's not nice to do, and it was misleading, but I was totally embarrassed. I didn't tell all you listeners on the air about me until probably 5-6 years ago that I truly was flunked out of high school. I was embarrassed about it growing up. Now that I'm older, I don't care anymore. And I really felt people said, Bruce, you really got to be genuine with your listeners. You got to be genuine with your clients. And I'm like, I'm genuine enough. They don't need to know all my personal garbage and everything. But you know what? I shared it with you anyway. And I'll tell you what, I have no regrets at all, because it really allowed me to be who I am and connect with you. So I want to tell you a quick story about Amy. Amy is a listener of mine. She's probably listening out there right now. I think she lives in Cocoa Beach. She calls me up the other day. It was a Sunday after my show. So she calls me up. She says, "Hey, I just want to let you know I'm a longtime listener of yours. I love your your show, and I just love it." She says, "You're my favorite 10th grade dropout." And I'm like, I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but Thank you. She goes, no, it's great. It's great. I love listening to you. She had questions about homestead exemption and we had a wonderful conversation. But these are the things that we do, man. I'm not just on the air as some guy, out of Nashville that sends this, uh, broadcast out to all 50 states or all over the country. No, I'm a local dude right in your backyard. I mean, I'm in Tampa and I'm in Orlando. I'm in Jacksonville. I have a place in Daytona. I'm all over the place helping folks just like you and your family and your kids, man. I mean, if you want somebody that's going to be here for you and you need somebody that is in the finance business, when in terms of mortgages that you can trust, then call me. I guarantee you I will never do something that would mislead you or your family. If you're a real estate agent, you're nuts. You're absolutely nuts not to call me and connect with me. Not only will you have the best lender to refer your clients to, but a lender with the most programs, a lender with the fastest turn time, a lender that gets back with people, a lender that cares. But I also have a lot of clients that I refer to real estate agents as well. Now, there's not too many lenders can do that, but I can do that. And I'll tell you why. Pay attention if you're a home buyer or a real estate agent out there. I created a program called the Loan Arranger Real Estate Rebate Program. I'll say that again because it's a mouthful. If you can help me come up with a better name for it, do it. Okay. I'm all open for that. It's the Loan Arranger Real Estate Rebate Program. So here's what I do. Most of you have no clue as to how to hire a real estate agent. You either go to a sign in the yard or you go to your boss's wife, and that's who you choose as a real estate agent, or your cousin that's been doing it. Now, I know every realtor's stats. I know how many buy sides, how many sell side, what their average price is, how long they close, what the percentage is from ask to sell. I mean, I have all the data. And then I will refer you to a real estate agent that specializes in the area that you want to buy or sell in, and they will give you 25% of their commission back so that you can use it to defray cost or pay closing costs or whatever you want to do with it. But you have nothing to lose and an excellent real estate agent, and you get paid for it. So if you're listening out there, you need to call me at 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 or apply online at webringyouhome.com. If you're a real estate agent, I will do a one-on-one interview with you, but I cannot refer business to you right away. We have to do business with each other before I refer clients. Now, that may sound like a hook, and maybe it is a hook, but I'm going to tell you this. I am not putting my name out there and refer you until I know how you work. I know how you behave. I know how you negotiate. Now, listen, when I'm looking to refer a good agent to one of my clients, I'm looking for negotiators. I want people that are going to fight for my client's money. I want people that are going to do what they say they're going to do and get my client a great deal. Not just put them on a real estate filter and go, okay, you like that one? We'll go out and look at those properties today. Now, then when you find it, I want you to be upfront with them about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Is this a good house? Do you think you can find something better? And then when you go to negotiate, are you going to negotiate for them or are you just going to try to put a deal together? I want somebody that's going to fight for my clients, and that's what I'm looking for. And that's why I created the program. So I've already given you 2 tasks to do to help me. One, find a nickname for my WDBO listeners. We call my 102.5 the bone owners. So what are we going to call my WDBO people? We got to come up with a good name. Now, I need you to find a better name, if you think you can, for the Loan Arranger Real Estate Rebate Program. And then call or text me. You got my numbers right there. Just call or text me. All right, let's move on to some important conversations here, important topics. Self-employed buyers, 1099, you own your own business, you're driving a fancy car, you got a little cash in the bank, you got okay credit, but you call me and you go, I just want to tell you, Bruce, I got a really good CPA. And what that means is that I don't show any income, but I still want to buy a house. I got products for you. I got bank statement loans. I'll just look at your bank statements. And then, I will average your deposits in your bank statement, and I will use 50% of the deposits. There you go. There you go. I have DSCRs. Those are asset loans. So in other words, I will use the rental income from a property that you're going to buy, if you're buying it as an investment property, to qualify the loan. I don't use your personal income at all. How do you like that? It's still a full qualifying loan, but it's based on the rent that you're going to get from that property. So it's called a DSCR. Not many lenders have it. Not only do I have it, but I underwrite it right in house. Oh, by the way, I service 90% of my loans, actually more than 90%. That means you're not going to get sold off. So I use Mr. Cooper as a servicing department, but they're not buying it. Mr. Cooper does buy loans from banks and mortgage companies. They do not own my mortgages. I own my mortgages, but they're going to service it. And we have the best servicing department in the world. Not only do your mortgage statements come with my handsome picture on it, but we set you up with software that you can interact with your loan after it's closed. Like, I want to put an extra $100 to it. How long would it take to pay off? I want to look at what it takes to pay my house off in 20 years instead of 30 years. How much more do I need to pay? How much equity do I have? It's crazy, the things that we do that are so far above and beyond what other mortgage companies are doing. If you'd like to join my organization, I am looking to hire loan officers and loan officer assistants. I need bilingual. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I will hire somebody that's amazingly talented that does not speak Spanish, but I need bilingual. I need Spanish speaking. I have a big Spanish speaking clientele and I need to cater to them. So if you can help me out, but listen to this. I need minimum 2 years experience, minimum 2 years experience originating mortgages. I can't start from scratch. I'm too busy right now. But if you know somebody, have them give me a call. Call the Loan Arranger. Got great opportunities, 401k, health benefits. I pay my people well so that they take good care of you, my customers. So if you know anybody that might fit the bill, then I'd be honored if you could think about me and give me a call. All right, let's move on. Go to my YouTube page and subscribe for me. I don't have enough subscribers. All my listeners out there, I'm reaching 1 million people a week, and you guys aren't going to my YouTube page and subscribing for me. Will you do that for me, please? Go to Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger YouTube page, and just subscribe. It's not one of them things that spams you. It just raises me up in the ranks. And then text me and tell me I just subscribed. Make me happy. I'm trying to get over 2,000 in there right now, and I'm falling short of that. So, hey, help the Loan Arranger out here a little bit, will you? Okay, so we talked about self-employed people. We are, let's see what we got to cover now, because I want to cover debt consolidation. All right, all you guys, girls, spent a little bit too much over COVID. We got a little bit, Amazon truck was coming to your house 3 times a day. I know it was. My wife, I thought she was having an affair with the Amazon guy. I'm like, dude, you are at my house 3 times a day. I see you on my Ring cameras. And he goes, no. I'm just delivering packages. I'm like, are you sure? Because you're here a lot. Okay. So, I'm just joking. I am. So I didn't think my wife was truly doing that, but I accused her of it, jokingly. So, because he was there so often, but we got spending too much money. Okay. We got a little bit, everything was Amazon, everything was Uber, everything was Amazon. I mean, packages coming in, we spent so much money. Your credit cards went through the roof. And then we didn't lose that bad habit. So we need to lose the bad habit. So if you have a 3.5% interest rate or somewhere around that rate range, okay, and you're like, I just don't want to get rid of that rate, then a home equity line of credit might be the right thing for you. However, I took a client recently, had a 3.5% rate. They had a $550 car payment, a $600 car payment, so $1,150 in car payments, $1,500 a month in credit card. The total bills were $4,650. They wanted $25,000 cash out to do some home repairs. That would have been another $300 a month if you put that on an equity line. So the whole thing altogether was like $5,200 they would have had in debt. I consolidated them. I reduced their debt by $1,500. They now actually $1,950 I reduced their debt by. Now they apply that to the mortgage. They have no mortgage and no debt. and everything is free and clear in 11 years. I'll be back in 5 minutes.